Hello, my fellow rockers out there. Welcome to another edition of Broadcast Rock. On this episode, we're going to be talking about the 14th studio album from the melodic death metal masters In Flames, entitled Foregone. It is produced by Howard Benson and is the first with guitarist Chris Broderick. And I know you're probably wondering, why is that important? Because he's from ex-Megadeth and Nevermore fame. And that he really shines on this. And then also singer Anders Frieden said this album is about the world around us, whereas most of their albums in the past was about dealing with his own personal demons. So they kind of went in on a different mindset with this album. And you're probably wondering, did it work? And I'm here to tell you it worked. It worked in spades. It's an excellent piece of music. It starts off with the beginning of all things. It's a nice little acoustic intro. And then it blasts into state of slow decay and Meet Your Maker. Right off, these songs pummel you in the face. They don't leave any room for you to breathe or anything. And then comes Bleeding Out, and that's a personal favorite of mine. It's so catchy. And for being a melodic death metal band, it's one of the catchier songs they've ever made. Then the Foregone 1 and 2 come in. And this is kind of a neat story because Foregone 1 was originally going to be Foregone 2, and Foregone 2 was originally going to be Foregone 1. And the reason that's kind of neat is because Foregone 1 is extremely heavy. Probably their heaviest song they've created since the Clayman era of In Flames. And Foregone 2 is the complete opposite. It's a slower, more melodic song. But what they did do is they reworked riffs and melodies from Foregone 1 and put it in Foregone 2. So it's like peanut butter and jelly. It goes really good together.
Peanut butter jelly time!
And it makes one cohesive piece of music. And then we go to Pure Light, which is one of the few ballads In Flames has ever written. And it happens to be my favorite In Flames ballad that they've done. And then The Great Deceiver, which is also another heavy song that hits you right in the face. And then In the Dark. Now, In the Dark I really like because right before the chorus, it has a nice acoustic sound to it. And then when the chorus hits, it punches you right in the gut again. And you're like, oh man, I have no air left in me from all these songs pummeling me in the guts. And then after that, a dialogue in B flat minor, which that song happens to be about mental health. And another interesting fact about that song is Anders said he hopes that song is going to be the opening song on their upcoming tour, which is awesome because that song is also a favorite of mine off this album. Really, that song and Bleeding Out are my two favorites. I can't decide which one I like more. Depending on the day of the week, you ask me, it's going to be one or the other. And then the next song is Sigh No Sure. It has an incredible bass line in it. It's probably the best bass line I've heard In Flames do. He's really slapping the bass on that.
Slapping that bass, man!
And then End Transmission is the final song on the album. And it's about, well, the world ending, and I kind of find that interesting that they named the song End Transmission, and fitting because it's the final song about the world ending on the album. But I definitely recommend checking out Bleeding Out, and then also a dialogue in B flat minor, as those are my two favorite songs off the album. Now, I am going to say that this album is not my favorite In Flames album. That's come clarity. But this is my second favorite In Flames album. And this probably is going to be the album of the year for me. If it's not, I will be honest, like I am going to be with all my reviews. Just because I'm biased towards In Flames, that doesn't mean anything. All my reviews, I'm going to be 100% honest. And if there is a better album than this, I'm going to be truthful with you guys. But yes, this is a 10 out of 10 album. Not one bad song. It's crazy that the songs on here are this good, and it's crazy that this is probably my album of the year, and it's just February, and there's so many more albums coming out. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you haven't, please click the like and subscribe button, as it would mean the world to me. Until next time, see you guys later, and rock on.